Hello everyone, how are you all? I would like to welcome you all to the third video on Node.js, and today we will be doing a little bit different than that of the previous two videos. In this video, we will make to-do list application. Okay, and don't worry, we will continue the same project that we started that we did in the previous two videos. Just the thing is that we will make to-do list application in the same project, okay, which we did in the last two videos. And in this video we will be working on the UI only, because to make a whole application within a video of few minutes it's not possible. So we will just simply see how our application should look like from outside and how it should work. We will just try to see that part only in this video, okay? And if you have not watched the previous two videos, then don't worry, I have put in the link to that playlist in the description box below. You can go to that link and watch those videos as well. All right, and after the completion of this video, you will know how our application or this particular project will look like, and you will also know about CRUD operation. What is CRUD operation? Okay, and also you will learn some basics of HTML and CSS. Since we will be working on the user interface only, so yes, we will have HTML and CSS code. Okay, so for that you may also gain some ideas about HTML and CSS code as well. All right, and we will just write raw CSS. We will not be using any framework like Bootstrap or something like that, to use templates for our application. We will not use any templates, but we will make our application using raw HTML and CSS. Okay, raw means we will give styles to our application ourselves, so we will not be using any templates. Okay, all right, so yes, if you remember, then in the last video, what we did was, in video number 2, we learned about routings and EJS. We learned about the views in Node.js, right? And today we will make to-do list application in our project, in our this particular project. All right, and before continuing, before moving on, I would like to mention one thing, that I would like to thank this platform, Digital Pathshala Nepal, uh, for helping me, for helping students like me with Node.js, and also with other courses like this. And I'll be always grateful towards this platform, because Digital Pathshala Nepal is the place from where I learned Node.js. Okay, and still I'm a student of it, and I'll be always grateful towards it. So if you guys don't know about what Digital Pathshala is, then I will tell you about it. And please believe me, this is not for advertisement purpose or anything else. As a student of it, the least that I can do is just express my thanks to it. Okay, so if you don't know about Digital Pathshala, then just go to your browser and search there Digital Pathshala Nepal. Okay, Digital Pathshala Nepal, go into its site. So it has so many courses, and you can choose any course that you would like to study, and these all are with affordable prices. And yes, so let's not go deep into this, but yes, I will be always grateful towards Digital Pathshala for always helping me solve my issues with Node.js. So yeah, that's it. All right, so yes, today, since we are going to make a to-do list application, okay, in Node.js, firstly let's see how our to-do list application should look like. Okay, so I have a small design here. Okay, I'll just show you. I made a design like this. I will show you the design. Okay, Here right now uh, I'm taking reference of another project which I have already done, and I'll show you the design, okay, of Todolist application. All right. So how our application should look like, you see here. Okay, so firstly, the landing page of our application should look like this. Okay, it should have a navigation bar where we have two further links. One is home and another one is create. And this is the landing page or the home page itself, and it has a table, and this table contains the data from the database. Okay, what kind of database? In the database we will have a table called like to-do list table or something like that, and from that table we will read all the uh, tasks, okay, all the tasks like this, and we will display each of the tasks from the database table into this page. Okay, so our landing page will be nothing but it will look like this. It will just read data from the database. Okay, what kind of data means all the tasks, like whatever the tasks that we have included in our to-do list. Okay, so it will just simply display the to-do list. Means for example, we may have like task 1, okay, and we may have description about it, its due date and its status, whether it's complete or incomplete. Okay, and also we can have like some emails, and also we will have action like show more options. Okay, so by clicking in this button show more, we can know more about this particular task called task 1. Okay, so this is basically the landing page. All right. So yes, the landing page will have nothing but a table that will render or read data from the database table. Okay, that will read all the tasks from the database and will show us here. Okay, and if we click on the home link itself, then it displays the same page. Okay, but if we click on the create link, then it will give us this form. Okay, and here we can create a task. Okay, like if we have certain tasks to be fulfilled, okay, to be done. All right, for example, let's say I have a task related to cooking, let's say. Okay, and it's you just fill this description box also with description related to cooking and this and that things. Okay, like description means like what kind of thing that you have to, what kind of food you have to prepare and all. So you give all the descriptions here. Okay, you just give all the descriptions and you choose the due date as well, and then you can choose the emails as well, and you will just submit it. And if you click on the submit button, then whole this detail about this particular task will be saved into your database table. Okay, so for example, let's say your database table may be like my task list or my to-do list table. So your database name and table can be anything. Okay, so basically the logic is, if you create a task like this and submit it, then this task will be stored in your database, and whatever the tasks that you create in this page and store in your database, all that will be seen in this home page. Okay, but if you see, then right now all this data are dummy data. Okay, dummy data means the data that are not being read from the database actually, but which I have filled manually. Okay, manually means in the HTML itself I have manually written like task 1 about task 1 like this. I have manually filled this data in the HTML, but HTML file means in that EJS file, home1.egs file, I have manually filled this data. Okay, so that's why you can see this data here, but this is something that I have not read from the database. Okay, but in our project we will read this taxes like this from the database itself. And don't get confused by seeing this URL. Okay, I am opening different some other project. Okay, and based on that project we will build our current project. Okay, so this is something let's say a reference project that I have built myself, and based on that we will create this same kind of application we will create in our current project also. Okay, so basically this will be the UI, and if we click on the show more button, then it will in this space we can read, edit or delete a particular task. Okay, so if you see, then if I want to know more about task 1 or and whether I want to edit this task 1 or delete this, then I have to go inside this show more button, and this page will display more about the task 1, and this page will be the place where I will be reading more about task 1 and where I will edit task 1 or delete task 1. Okay, so if you see, then this application performs all the CRUD operation. Okay, CRUD means CRUD stands for create, read, update and delete. If you remember, then I was saying that in this, after the completion of this video, you will be knowing about what is CRUD as well. I said this before also, right? So yeah, so CRUD means create, read, update and delete, right? Create means to insert some new data into the database. Creating means if we create some data and insert into the database, then that operation is known as creating. Okay, and read means fetching existing data from the database. Okay, so let's see with the example itself. Okay, so here in the home page, what we're doing is that we're reading data from database. Okay, so this particular operation is read operation. Okay, reading operation, we are fetching data from the existing database. Okay, and that data is being shown in this page. Okay, so this is read operation. Then what is create operation? Create means creating a new task like this. Okay, creating some new task and submitting it. If we submit it, then this particular data will be stored in the database. Okay, so this is called creating. Okay, if we create means you are inserting new data in the database. So right now I want to store this random data. Okay, random title, random description. Okay, if I want to store this in the database, then this particular action will be known as creating or creation. Okay, okay, so now we are clear about the create, and also we are clear about the reading operation. Okay, so now we are clear about the create also, read also. Now let's be clear about the update and delete also. Okay, as I said you before here, that if I want to edit this particular task, okay, task 1, or if I want to delete this, then I need to go inside the show more button. Okay, so if I go into the show more, if I click, if you see, then if I click the show more button, then I will be taken inside the show page. If you see, then here the URL has changed from blog/home to blog/slow. Okay, so okay, I'll show you once again. If I here right now, if you see in the URL, then it's blog/home1, right? So this is home page. So if I click in this show more button, then I will be directed inside blog/show page. Okay, so this show page, what actually does is that it shows more about that particular task, and also it allows us to edit and delete that particular task, right? So editing and deleting means, editing means updating. Okay, updating the data, whereas deleting means removing the data from the database. Edit means it will update or edit the data in the database, and delete means it will remove the data from the database. So this is, so your update and delete operation will be in this show page. All right, and your reading operation will be in this home page, and create operation will be in this create page. So in overall, our application, our to-do list application will cover all the 4 operations: create, read, update and delete operation. All right, so yeah, update means editing the existing data in the database, and deleting means remove data from the database. All right, so that is it about the CRUD operation. Okay, so now we have understood about the CRUD operation as well, and also we have seen how our application, to-do list application or project should look like. Okay, so this is basically the design of our to-do list application. Okay, so this same thing we will implement in our current project, and okay, we will do it today. Okay, but basically today we will be working on the UI only. Rest of the things we will do in the next video. All right, if I try to do all the things in the same video, then it becomes so long. Okay, all right, so let's go to our project. All right, so let's minimize this and go to our project. Okay, so this is our project, right? So last time we created this my node JS project, right? So inside this we have a views folder, okay, and we also have app.js file, right? So inside the views folder we have two files. One is home.egs file and another one is about.egs file. If you remember, then in the last video I explained about views, EJS, and routings. All right, so EJS file means nothing but it contains all the content that you want to display on your browser, on your application, right? So it is like, you know, the way you use HTML to display the content, so it is the same thing, okay? And let's see how much we did in the past video, okay? So let's run this. Server is running. Okay, I'll show you, okay? Okay, let's run this application, okay? Let's run this project that we built in the last videos, okay? Node space app.js hit enter. Now my server is running. Now I can see my node js project on the browser, okay? Let's open this one. Okay, so here if I search like localhost 3000, if you remember, then last time our route was like this, okay? Localhost 3000/home. If we hit enter, then it will route us towards the home.egs page, right? And if we do localhost 3000/about page, then it will route us towards the about.egs page. So only this much we completed in the last video. All right, okay, so today we will be doing something more, okay? So we will make the UI for Todolist application, okay? And in this same project itself, in the same project we will make the Todolist application, okay? Okay, so firstly, if you see, then the UI of our Todolist application should look like this, right? So in the home page, which is the landing page, okay, there we will have a table. That table will contain the data from the database, okay? And if you see, then we have a navigation bar and also footer, okay, and a table. That's it. All right, so let's make this navigation bar, this table and footer in our home page, okay? Home page in our previous project. Okay, so here in our home.egs file we need a navigation bar, a footer and a body, and inside the body we'll have a table. All right, so let's generate a HTML template like this. Shift 1, hit enter, and there we get this we generated this HTML code. All right, so here we need a navigation bar, okay, at first. So to get the navigation bar, I have already written this particular code. I'll just simply copy and paste that code here, okay? And don't worry, if you face any problem to write this code, then you can go to the GitHub link of this particular project, okay? And also I have put in the GitHub link to this project in the description box below. So go to the GitHub link and you can also copy code from that link, or you can simply go to that link and just you can refer that GitHub repo as to make your own application. All right, so don't worry, right now I'll just copy paste the code to make all this navigation bar and footer, but you can have access to those code by going to the GitHub link, okay? GitHub link to this project, so GitHub link is in the description box below. All right, so I have already I have that code here, so it's the code for navigation bar. I'll just simply paste it. All right, I'll do just copy paste thing here. I'll just do copy paste. All right, so this is the navigation. This is something that's for navigation bar, and I will give some style to it, okay? So that style, that CSS code also I will copy from my note, which I have from where I have already written this. All right, because if I write all this code right now, okay, without copying, then it will take much more time. So in this video or in this series of nodejs, our main focus is on building an application on nodejs. Okay, we will focus more on that and less on the html and css thing. Okay, so that's why I'm doing copy paste. Okay, so don't mind this particular thing. Okay, that why I'm doing copy paste, why I'm copying and pasting all this html and css code. All right, because I also need to take care about time. So if I write all this code, if I write all this code right now, and if I test it, right now itself, then it will take a lot of time. Okay, so I will also get some errors, and I have to fix that, because css is something like that. Okay, if certain property is not set well, then it can make it can you know it can affect the whole UI. Okay, so that's why I'm doing copy paste. And yes, you can find all this code in the GitHub repository itself. Okay, all right, so let's see. Okay, so this is the code for navigation bar. So I have included here navigation bar. So let's run this this much only. Okay, let's see what changes have been made to the home.egs file. Okay, so let's come here, and inside this in the URL, type localhost 3000/home, hit enter. Okay, so now we have become successful to bring the navigation bar inside the home page. Okay, now it's time for the footer. So let's bring the footer as well. Okay, so now here we need a footer, right? So let's copy the code of the footer also. Let's not write it manually. Okay, we don't have much time. So all right, and also css for this footer we need to paste here, right? All right, so now let's save this and check this in the browser. Okay, okay, so now my footer has also arrived here, my navigation bar is also here. Now just the thing is that I need to display here the table, right? The table only, I just need a table. Now what is missing is just a table here. Okay, so we have navigation bar here, footer here. All right, okay, but before bringing the table here, I would like to say something. Okay, so see, this is the UI of my home page. Okay, and if you see, then this particular navigation bar and this footer, I will be needing these two things in every page of my application, whether it is slash about, okay, or whether it is localhost slash about or slash create, whatever it is, whatever page I will have in my application, I will need that footer and that navigation bar in every page of my application. Okay, so here since I don't have create.egs file in my current project, so that is why it is showing the error. Okay, so since I don't have here a create.egs file, so that is why it is showing the error here, so don't go to that part. All right, but the thing is that whatever the page I will have, how many pages I will have in my application, all the pages will have this navigation bar and the footer. Okay, so let me ask you one question, that will you make navigation separate navigation bar and footer for each of the page that you have in your application? Will you make separate and individual header and footer, means navigation bar and footer for every those page? No, you will not make individual different header or footer, or different navigation bar and footer for each of those pages, but you will be using same navigation bar, same footer for all the pages that you will have in your application. Okay, so that is the a very important point. Okay, so now if you see, then this particular header and footer, okay, this particular navigation bar and footer is only in the home page in our case, but we need to make these two things appear in other pages also, like inside the about page also. Okay, but later on we will make create a page also. All right, so how will you do that? So don't worry, it's a simple thing. Okay, just the thing is that instead of putting this css code and html code of this navigation bar and footer inside each page like this, okay, uh, just you keep this code for navigation bar and footer outside of this page, okay, outside of the home.ejs page, make it public, okay, so that all the pages can have access to this code of navigation bar and the footer. Okay, what I mean is that you make a, since you need navigation bar and footer for every those page, so just to make another EJS file for navigation bar and separate EJS file for footer. Okay, so I mean to say that inside the views folder you make another file called navbar.ejs. all right, and also you make another a file called footer.ejs. okay, so now what will you do is that inside the navbar.ejs you will paste the code of navigation bar here. Okay, and also inside the footer.ejs file you will paste the code of footer, and um, in whatever the pages you need navigation bar and footer, you will import these two things. For example, in home page, if you need navigation bar and footer, instead of writing this long code, you will just import this navigation file and footer file. Okay, so that is the main thing. So firstly, inside the navbar.ejs, let's paste here the code of navbar.ejs. Okay, all right, so firstly let's generate the template of html. Okay, so already pre-written code, so shift 1 enter. So now inside this we will write the code of navigation bar. Okay, so from home.ejs you cut this particular part, navigation bar, cut this and paste it inside the nav bar. Okay, and also it's css. Okay, it's css code should also be pasted here, right? Because without css we will not be able to generate the kind of design we want. All right. Okay, so you got this style css for navigation bar. Okay, so just you open a tag style here and paste the navigation css for navigation here. Okay, so now what we have done is that inside the navbar.ejs file we have written the code for navigation bar. Okay, and the same thing we are going to do with the footer as well. So inside the footer .ejs file we will have the code for footer here. Okay, shift 1 hit enter. Now let's cut the code from home.ejs. okay, footer, let's cut it and paste it in the footer. Okay, all right, and also it's css also, we need to copy this css also. All right, okay, okay, now what we have successfully done is that now inside home.ejs file there is nothing else. Okay, so what we have successfully done is that we have created two furthermore files, ejs files. One is navbar.ejs and another one is footer.ejs. okay, and inside footer.ejs we have code for footer.ejs. okay, we have code for making footer of our application, and we have inside navbar.ejs we have html and css code for making the navigation bar. Okay, and these two things we will be needing in each page of our application, so we will import these two things in every page where we need this. So firstly, home page is the place where we need this footer and navbar. Okay, so now if you see the home page, okay, so if you see the home page, if you refresh it, then there will be nothing else in the home page, because from home page we have removed the manual code of navbar and footer, right? So we have removed the code from home.ejs file to navbar and footer files. Okay, so now we need to import navigation bar and footer inside the home page. All right, So how to import it? It's just a line of code, okay, not actually a whole line, but a small piece of code it is. So inside the body part, you come inside the body part, okay, and just you open a tag like this percent and hyphen space, and what is the file that you want to import at first? Of course it is navigation bar, right? So right here include any small bracket, you open and close the small bracket, and inside it you will have nav bar, okay. So you, what it means that you are telling this home.egs file that, see, you need to bring navigation file here, okay. So you are telling your code that, okay, bring navigation file here, I want navigation bar to be displayed inside my home page as well, and this will display navigation bar in the body of home page, okay. So this is basically what we're doing, is that we are importing nav bar, okay, nav bar in our home.egs file, okay. And not just nav bar, we also need um, footer as well. So what will be the code here? You know it very well. Include footer, okay. So this is it. If you specify, the files that you need like this, then they will be rendered, in this page itself, okay. So in home.egs file, okay, in home page I need navigation bar and also footer, so that is why I'm specifying them in this way, okay. So this will basically display nav bar and footer in my home page, okay, in my home page, okay. So let's refresh my home page, okay. So in my home page I should see navbar and footer, okay. So though there is no any code of navbar and footer inside my home page, but I must be able to see the navbar and footer in the home page, okay, because of these two lines of code, okay. So let's check this out. All right, so if you do localhost 3000/home, then we are able to see that my home page is rendering this navbar and footer, okay. So we have become successful to import uh, these two files, navbar and footer, inside our home page, and the same we will do to every page wherever we need navbar and footer. So now we will let's make another view also, okay, another egs file also, which will be create .egs file, because we need this egs file to do what, to create new tasks in our to-do list application, okay. So home.egs file will be the one that will show us all the tasks from the database, okay. So home.egs file will show us that, and create.egs file will create the tasks, okay. So here shift 1, hit enter, okay. So here also we're going to do the same thing, okay. So you just write the same thing, include nav bar. All right, same thing, copy paste it. All right, so let's check this, okay. Let's check this create.egs file here in the browser, okay. So let's check for 3000/create. Let me go and check here, okay. All right, so if you see, then okay, so if you see, then we have become able to make this create page also, and in the inside this create page we can see this footer and the header, the navigation bar as well, right? But let me remind you one thing, okay. Last time when I made this project, okay, like in the second video when we were doing this project, when we were learning about views, routings and egs, right, then in that time I had not included this particular code, okay. Means like I had not specified the path for create, okay. But here um, if you see, then last time in the previous video, in the second video, I had specified this slash home path and only slash about path, but I had not included the slash create path. So add this path, okay, add this path in your project as well. So you may get, otherwise you will may get error. So if you don't have this particular thing, okay, let's comment this out, okay. So if you don't have this particular slash create, okay, if you have not specified this slash create path, okay, then it will cause error like this. Let's say if you just have the create.egs file and haven't specified path like this in the app.js file, then you will face error something like this. Localhost 3000 create. I think I have not saved this file. All right. Okay. So you may face error like this, okay. So if you search for like localhost 3000 slash create, okay, so you will have it's not actually an error, but you will get something like this, cannot get create some like this, okay, because we have not specified the slash create path in our app.egs file, okay. So what I was trying to make it clear is that in the second video, I don't think that I have talked about a route something like this, slash create. I don't think that I have created this particular slash create path. So if I had created, then no problem, but also let me remind you that if you don't have any path specified like slash create, then it may render something like this, okay. So you must have this particular slash create path also specified here, okay. So you know how to specify all these things. We have already learned this in the previous videos, okay. So okay, so now if we see, then okay, so if we make any changes in the app.js file, then we need to again sort down and restart our application, okay. So like this node app.js. All right, so now my server is running, and let's see our project once again. Okay, so if we see, then if we go to the browser and search for localhost 3000 slash home and hit enter, then we will have this particular page. And if we go towards localhost 3000 slash create, and then we'll have again the same page, okay, but it's not the same page, okay, don't get confused. It is a create page, but create page has the same navigation bar and the footer, so that is why it looks like home page, okay. So home page also has the same navigation bar and the footer. Similarly, create page also has the same thing, okay. It does not have any other content except this, okay. So that is why you may think that the same page is being rendered. No, both of them are not same page. It's a create page and another one is home page, but because of the design and because of the UI, they may look same, okay. So now our body part will come in between the navigation bar and the footer, and that will differentiate these pages, okay. That will make these pages look different. But now since we don't have anything in the body part of both create page and home page, so that's why they look very same, okay. They just have the navigation and the footer, okay. So and I have not specified here, I have not written code for about page, okay. About page is just simply, it does not have any navigation bar and the footer, because we don't need about page in our application, okay. So I will not include navigation bar, so I will not work on the about page, okay. So just I will be working on the home page and the create page, all right. And for now I will be working on that only. Okay, so now another task is inside our landing page, which is home page. We should also have this table, right? A table that renders data from the database. But today we will just make the table and we will just insert the manual data, okay? Manual data means we will just have a dummy data, means data that is not actually read from the database, data that is not fetched from the database, but some manual data, okay. We will insert some manual data in the HTML file, or that in that EGS file, and we'll display on the page like this. Since we have not done anything related to database till this time. Okay, so that is why we will not be able to read data from the database right now itself. So whatever the things that we will do today will be just only about user interface, and we will just work on the dummy data. Okay, so if you don't know about what dummy data is, means dummy data means just manual data, just data that we will just use for testing, not actually testing, but manual data that will just simply display in our HTML file or EGS file. Okay, so data that is not being read from the database, but simply just manual data. Okay, like I will explain you later on. Means these data are dummy data. Okay, they are not read from the database. Okay, these are something that we have manually written in our EGS file. Okay, so this is what dummy data means. Okay, okay, so now let's create this table. Okay, let's create this table in our project. Okay, so in our home.egs file we need a table. Okay, so the table should be between the navbar and the footer. Okay, means inside the body part. So whatsoever the code that we want to write for the table will sit between the navbar and the footer. Okay, so you put the code here, and for the code of table also, we'll just simply copy and paste here. We'll just do copy paste. You can see this code, you can access this source code in the GitHub repo of this project. Okay, and as I've already said that the GitHub link is in the description box below, so don't worry for that. Okay, so this is the code for table. All right, I'll simply just do copy paste. Okay, so this is the HTML code for table. I need to insert I need to bring its CSS code also, right? So I will put the CSS code here inside the style tag. Okay, because without CSS we will not be able to display the kind of table that we want. Okay, okay, so let's just copy the CSS for the table also. Paste this code, save, and now let's refresh our home page. Okay, let's refresh the home page in the browser. 3000/home. Okay, yes, now if you see, then we have become able to make the header of the table only. Okay, it's the header only. If you see, then there are actually 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 columns. Okay, as and then title, description, due date, status, image, and action. Okay, so this is the okay, so this is just the column names of our table. Okay, so we also need to display the data here. Okay, so we will just simply insert some manual data. Okay, so some dummy data. So I'll show you how to insert some dummy data. So okay, so this is the table head. Okay, so now we need to put the table data. Okay, which is td. So you just create another row, and inside this row we'll have td. Okay, table data, not table head. Okay, so let's put as an just put some dummy data. Okay, so dummy data means data like this. Okay, which we are manually putting, which are not actually being fetched from the database, but which we are specifying manually like this. Task 1, just let's copy this. Okay, so altogether we need 7 columns, right? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, so description, and inside the due date, just you manually put the due date like this: 2020 2024 09 901, like this. Status incomplete. Okay, image and action. Okay, so inside the thing is that inside the action column we will need a button. Okay, a button, but that's when we click on that button, we should be directed to another page. Okay, so basically inside this action header we'll have a link, by the way. Okay, button and so more, because if you see, then if you see the previous design, then our design was something like this. Okay, our design was something like this. So inside the action column we should have show more button. Okay, so if we click on the show more button, we should be directed towards the blocks slash show. Okay, so we should be directed towards the show page. Okay, so if you see, then I showed you before also that when you click on this button or in this link, we should be directed towards the another page. Okay, so for that, what I have done here is that I have put in a button here, and but that button is also inside this anchor tag. Okay, because I need to specify a link itself. But even if I don't put here this button or not, it will not affect right now, because today we will be just working on the dummy data only. So but also, okay, so let's see this. Okay, let's see what are the changes that have been made. Okay, okay, if we see, then the dummy data that I inserted inside that HTML appears here. Okay, so similarly we can insert some more dummy data. So just you copy this particular code and you paste it. Okay, okay, I pasted it like 2 more times. Now let's save this and refresh this page. Okay, so yeah, so this is nothing but dummy data. Okay, this is dummy data that has come from the HTML file. Okay, that is which has not come from the database. So don't get confused. Okay, this is dummy data. Okay, so our home page should look something like this. We have made the table also. And see, now in the following video, in the next video, what we will do is that we will be reading data from the database and displaying them here. Okay, so whatever the uh, tasks that we will create in the create page. Okay, in the create page, all that tasks will be shown here in this home page. Okay, inside this table. All right, so now the UI of our home page has been completed. Now let's work on the UI of our create page. Okay, so our create page had a form, if you remember. Then okay, I'll show you how our create page looked like in the okay, so in the design. Okay, so let me just again once again run our reference project. Okay, so this is my reference project. For now, let's start this our project. So let's run our reference project. Okay, okay, so node app does js. Okay, don't get confused, this is my reference another project. Okay, so I'm taking reference of this project. Okay, to teach you to make Todolist application. Okay, so okay, so our create page looked something like this, right? So it had a form like this, right? And inside this form we have input fields like this, we have labels like this, right? So the same kind of UI we need to make in our current project also. Okay, so nothing but we will do the copy paste. Okay, we'll just copy paste the code, means we will copy paste the code of UI. Okay, because if we start to manually write, then it will take a lot of time. Okay, so all right, so this is the form. Okay, let's copy this code of that form. Okay, this is the code for that create page. Okay, so inside create page there is nothing but a form. Okay, I have created a div. Okay, and inside this div I have a form. Okay, I have a form. So that form means that form for creating new task. Okay, so I'll just simply copy this code of that form and I'll paste it in our project. Okay, so this is okay, I'm copying it and I will paste it in our project. Okay, so between the navbar and the footer. Okay, so make sure that you paste the code inside these two lines of code. Okay, between these two lines of code, not before, not outside of them. Okay. Okay, so now what I have done is that I have created a container, sorry, a div, and then inside which I have a form. Okay, so this form will basically it will, when we submit this form, then it will create a task. Okay, so let's see what changes have been made um, inside the create page. Okay, so let's run this project. And okay, so this is our home page, so let's go inside the create page. Okay. Okay, so if you see, then a form has arrived here. Okay, so but if you see, then this is so, this looks so messed up, right? So this was not the form that we saw in the design. Okay, our form looks something very beautiful. Okay, it's because that I have not imported css file yet. I have not copied and pasted the css file yet. So let's copy and paste the css also. Okay, css for the form. Okay, so let's copy this css also. Don't worry. Okay, all this code are inside the github link. Okay, which I have given in the description box. All right, so let's paste the code of this css also, and let's see what are the changes now. Refresh it. Okay. Okay, I did something. Okay. Oh, there is no style tag open. All right, so let's see now. Okay. All right, but oh my god, my css is badly affected here. See, my navigation is appearing like this. Okay, we'll fix this. All right, just give me a few seconds. Padding margin. I think I might have missed okay, let's inspect this. This is my navbar, right? So let's see the navbar. My navbar. Okay, display block. Then after that, this one. Justify content center. The element is a flex element that is child of flex content, but justify content. All right. Justify content center. Give me a few more seconds. All right. Okay, to make this element into its container. Okay, so let's again, I would again like to cut this and again paste it from the create page. Okay, because it will take much more time. Oh, I just missed this part. Okay, well, while I was copying the code of css, right? Then I missed this particular container part. Okay, so let's do it once again. Sorry for that. All right. Okay, so again, let's paste the code of CSS, right? STYLE style. Okay, let's open this style tag and let's paste the code once again. And okay, so now once again let's run it. All right. Style container. Give me a few more seconds. Okay, so still we have the same problem arriving. Now we need to solve this issue. Okay, now here, so I have copied it all. Okay, but the problem is again here, right? Okay, so after inspecting, what we find out is that firstly this is my navigation bar. Okay, and display block, padding 10 pixel. I think my container is doing something. Display flex, justify content center. Flex direction row. Let me do some fixes. Okay, let's do certain changes here. Padding, body part, okay, padding 0, margin 0. Okay, then justify display flex. Okay, so if we see here, then this container, its width is 60%. Display flex, fixed direction column, height is this much, background color, padding, align item center, justify. Okay, everything is all okay. So what is that thing that is okay, so I think body, padding, margin, display content center. Okay, so firstly let's remove this two lines of code. Okay, let's refresh it once again, and we have here, okay, navbar once again. So let's okay, so let's do something to this navbar. Okay, navbar with 100%. Then okay, and we want, okay, this navbar has become vertical here. Okay, so what could be the reason? So it should be at the top, right? Position is fixed, and top should be 0, I think. Okay, so now this has fixed the problem. Okay, so I was doing wrong with the navigation bar. Okay, so what was the main reason that why my navigation was being vertically appearing was because I was missing this particular lines of code, okay, in my navigation bar. Okay, so I just made the position property of navigation bar to fixed. I fixed the position, and also I set the property called top to 0. Okay, it means that my now navigation bar will appear just in the top. Okay, and also its position is fixed. Okay, so these two lines were the ones that I was missing, which was making this navigation bar appear vertically. Okay, so you need to remember these things as well. So if you see, then inside the footer, um, if we see, then bottom is 0, right, and our position is fixed, right? Position is fixed and bottom is 0, and that is what makes the footer. Okay, means if we have bottom 0, then it will appear in the bottom. So if we have top 0, then it will appear in the top. Okay, so that is okay, a little bit about CSS. Okay, and for implementing these properties like bottom and top, we must have a position property. Okay, so without position property, there will not be any effect of bottom or this top. Okay, so if we comment this particular line of code, this particular property, and if we try to again see, if we try to refresh the page, okay, then it causes problem like this. Okay, because if you see, then if we because we have commented out this particular property called position. Okay, so for using the property bottom or top, we must have position property. Okay, so that is it. Okay, let's not go inside this CSS thing. Okay, because it is I think for this I have to make another video. Okay, so this is some other thing that which is so deep in itself. Okay, so let's not discuss that in this node.js class. Okay, but don't worry, all this code of CSS and HTML and everything will be inside the GitHub repo or GitHub link itself. Okay, so now okay, so if I see, then we have become able to make the UI of our application, Todolist application. Okay, so if we have the home page also, we have create page also. Okay, so we have home page also, and also we have the create page also, right? We have create page also now. So this is the UI of our Todolist application. Okay, so if we see in the home page, then something has happened to this table. Okay, this table is sticking to this navigation bar. Let's fix this also. Okay, let's put some margin also, and let's bring this table down. Okay, so where is my table? My table is inside the home.html. Yes, let's finish this quickly. Okay, because this video is taking much more time. Table. Okay, so margin top, let's make it 200 pixel. All right, and also let's okay, so it has come down a little bit. Now we need to also make these things look bigger. Okay, so let's make the text inside this table look bigger. Okay, so okay, for that, inside the t head and td, let's increase the size of it. Font size 25 pixel. Let's refresh them. Okay, it's okay, but before increasing the font size, let's also increase the padding. Okay, padding adds space around the element. Okay, 10 pixel. Let's check it now. Okay, so when we add padding, then we can see that some more space have been added to each of these elements. Okay, each of these headings, some more space around it have been added. Okay, so let's again add a little bit more padding. Okay, all right, so now for the t head itself, let's add more padding, which is 20 pixel. Okay, so let's increase the text font size of heading or each column's font size. Okay, let's make it 30 pixel. All right, and okay, so let's keep the font size of the tags is just like this. Okay, so let's not work on that. But if we see, then this particular button, so more button, is looking so small. Let's work on this. Okay, so button color. Okay, so this is the CSS code for our button. Okay, CSS properties for button. So let's fix it. Let's set its width as 60 pixel and height as 35 pixel, and let's make this a round let's have rounded edges of this button. Okay, to make the round edges of the button, we need to mention border radius. Okay, border radius, let's set it to 3 pixel. Okay, and let's see. Okay, so here is the button, so we need to again increase this width. Okay, so that all this text comes inside this button. So let's increase this width from 60 pixel to 70 pixel, and also let's increase the font size, okay, of the text which is inside the button, 25 pixel. Okay, so see, the button is very small here, and the text is coming out of the getting out of the this particular button. Okay, so let's fix that as well. Let's increase the width up to 100 pixel, and height is, I think this much height is enough. All right, okay, we need to specify some more width. All right, so now we properly have our button show more, and if we click on the show more button, we should be directed towards the show page. Okay, so and inside the show page we will be seeing more about this particular task, and that will be the page where we will have we will have we will edit we should be able to edit and delete this particular task, okay, inside the show page. Okay, all right, so I think in this video I should work on this only home and create page. Okay, because this is getting longer. So in the next video I will make another page called show. Okay, so if we click on this show more, then it should take us to the show page. Okay, so in the another video I'll do this, but in this video we have made the UI for the home page and the create page only. Okay, we have made the UI for home page and create page only. So let's do only this much for today. Okay, and if you see, then if I click on the home link of the navigation bar, then it does nothing else, right? Okay, so because we have not specified this particular thing in the navigation bar. Okay, so if in the navigation bar, if specify that thing here. Okay, so if we click on the home, then it should take us to the home page, right? Slash home page. So just specify here home.ejs. I think slash home, we need to write slash home. Slash create. Okay, so let's check whether it works or not. Okay, it works fine. Okay, so today we have worked on the home page and the create page, and tomorrow we will work on the show page. Okay, so we'll work on the UI of show page. All right, so that is it for today, guys. I think the video has become a little longer, but it's okay. We also worked on the CSS part, and we came across some errors and we fixed them also, right? So okay, all right, this much for today, and in the next video we will continue from this part. And thank you so much once again for staying up with me till this time, and please do like, share and subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you all in the next video. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you. This much for today.